to show you what I do when I get to a hotel room so that I can have more energy, be more resilient. Come on in. All right, first thing I do is I check out what's going on in the hotel room. How reasonable of a hotel room is it? How good are the lights? How good's the air? This hotel room smells like a mix of carpet fresh and something else. Like it's got a heavy perfume scent, which is crappy because then you're gonna breathe that all night. So I'm gonna turn on the air conditioning. All right, I got that. And then, better yet, fingers crossed, do the windows open? This one does. So another thing that I might do is crack the window for a while. If you get a hotel room that has windows that open, even if it's cold outside or hot outside, just let some air circulate. That's gonna do a lot. Because check out what's really going on in this room. This lovely register is bringing air from somewhere else that's mixed with who knows what else, but it's usually not fresh air. What they do in large buildings now is they take the air and they take some of it and vent it and bring in some fresh air, but they mix a lot of, quote, used air with outside air because it's more energy efficient. And what that does is that means you get more carbon dioxide, and there are actually studies that your brain doesn't work as well there. And you get a lot of these weird cleaning chemicals that shouldn't be used in sealed buildings like this. It's not a good idea. The other thing that I do, which you might think I'm a little paranoid, but right now I'm in New York where this is a problem, is I'll do a quick bed bug check. And I'll show you how to do this. That actually happened to me once where I had some bed bugs, and that is not something you want to repeat. So what you do, it's really hard to know for sure, but you just go to the edge of the bed here, peel things back, look under here, you see black specks, you might want to try a different hotel room. And you look in the little seams and creases right here. Depending on how paranoid you are, you can really get into it. And I don't give it that thorough of a check, but if it looks really bad, I'll be sketchy about it. The other thing that I've started doing in hotel rooms that really makes a difference is, what do you smell? I told you when I came in, does it smell like perfume or whatever? That's fine. If it smells like a swamp, that's a problem. And I'll look around the registers. If there's clumps of black stuff, or in the bathroom, if you see black mold and crap on the registers up here, you've got a problem and you should get a different room. If you're close to the ocean, or if it's really humid in the environment where you are, the odds of that being a problem are higher because you have air conditioning, which is cold, and hot, moist air that comes together. And people get sick in hotel rooms all the time. The other thing that's happening in this room is, you can actually hear it in my voice, it's really dry. This whole hotel is like parched. And what you do for that is not well known, but I'm gonna show you. Hotels are gonna hate me for this. Kleenex, and there's a vent in every hotel room in the bathroom. Here's how to get to it. This thing, it pulls air out. So if you're getting really, really dry air and you wanna raise the humidity level, here's how to do it. You stand on the toilet, try not to kill yourself, and if this is operating and you hold the Kleenex here, it'll go and it'll stick to the ceiling. This one actually isn't turned on, so you're fine. But when you do that, now you've reduced the turnover of air in the room, not stopped it, and then you turn the hot water on for a little while and you can actually get moisture in the room. If you do that for too long, you can actually make the room super humid and like get condensation on the walls. It's not a good thing, but you can raise the humidity by 10% very safely and then you'll sleep better. Otherwise, if you sleep super parched, you're not gonna feel good when you do that. So your ability to control the airflow in the room actually matters. Next up, there's another trick for a hotel. This is something that I love. Every hotel has these hangers. The reason these hangers are special is not that you can steal them, that's bad. It's because they have clips on them. Here's what you do with these clips. Unless you're in the maybe 10% of hotel rooms that have well-designed curtains, what happens when you close the curtains is not enough. So you see when you close these, there's always a gap. So you wanted to sleep in, let's say because you're on a different time zone or just because you wanted to sleep in, well, you have this light gap. And the light gap is a big problem. So here's how to fix it. You just take one of these, pinch it over so you have a nice overlap, and stick that thing right on there. Now I've pinched the curtains together. Now no light gets through, which is pretty cool. Now this hotel room is particularly nice because the blackout curtains have cuts and tears in them. Lovely. This will keep you awake. If you wanted to wake up, say at a normal time, and you're 3 or 4 hours time zone off on your own body, you're getting bright pinholes of light, you're gonna lose 2 hours of quality sleep. So you've got to take care of this. So what I would do in a case like this is I would open my handy backpack and I'd pull out my tape, and I'll show you what to do with that. Yeah, I actually do travel with a small amount of electrical tape. I keep mine wrapped around my handy dandy Kevlar cord. I also travel with Kevlar cord. Why? I don't know, in case I needed to tie my shoelaces. This is a beautiful shade of blue electrical tape. I like to switch that up. And what you do with this stuff is you fix things that need fixing in your hotel room. There's 2 big things. One is you could certainly tape over something that's irritating you. The other thing, though, that I almost always do is I look around, because things like this, which may be hard for you to reach, this is some sort of fire security air detector thing. They have some of them blue, some of them green, some of them other color LEDs that flash at night. I've had countless hotel rooms where you're trying to sleep and you blink, blink, blink every 5 seconds. This is biologically hugely stressful, not for you because you know what it is, but for the meat in your body. It doesn't like that. So you want to sleep really well, you shouldn't have blinky lights on. So you put this over that. If you can't reach it, that's a problem. I'm tall enough I can actually reach that stuff. The other thing you might look at is what's going on around the TV and on the desk. There's gratuitous lighting that's on at night in almost every hotel room. You want to black it out. You're already in a foreign environment. It's not going to be that easy to sleep. This doesn't look too bad. Red lights don't have much impact unless they just happen to bother you. So there's a red light on this TV. You could either tape it over. Be polite and take the tape off when you're done, though, because you'll probably mess up the remote control on some of these things. Or you can just block it with something. That'll make a huge difference for the quality of your sleep. If you open your eyes, it should be dark. That's the way it was meant to be. But there's something else that I do when I get into a hotel room. I actually like that secret, or the magic power of tidying up, the book that basically says remove clutter in your life. Not quite that extreme, but I will tell you that having spam around all the time sucks. So what I do is I come into the hotel room and I find all the crap that they leave around. Special request, your satisfaction is my top priority. Please hang this card. Do you really want to think about all this crap? I don't. I'm not going to process all this. I got stuff to do. So I'm going to take all this stuff. If I need it, I'll find it. And all this stuff that may be useful but probably isn't, and is oftentimes just, oh look, should I think about food right now? I actually don't have food thoughts like that because I use Brain Octane, but this is here to make you hungry. And this is here to make you want stuff, to make you buy stuff. So you take all these nice things, this too, and just put them in a drawer. Now what I've done is I've decluttered the environment. So when I look around me in my hotel room, I see glasses, I see tables, I see chairs. I don't see a bunch of information that I actually don't choose to take in. So what I just did is I de-spammed the room. I have my real world spam filter running. The other thing that I'm likely to do is check out the coffee setup in the room, which always makes me sad. Yikes. What we have here is, this is a generic, pretty low-end coffee maker, but it does have some brushed stainless plastic. It's actually not stainless, it's stainless colored plastic, sweet, on the top. It's probably not BPA free. So let's talk about the clock radio. Something that's worth paying attention to, clock radios, they suck. You shouldn't be looking at what time it is when you're asleep. That's because you're asleep. In fact, a lot of people obsess and worry about what time it is when they're asleep because you missed an important meeting, because your mom yelled at you when you were a little kid and you were late for school. I have no idea, but some people get really stressed and they have to look at the time all the time. If you're one of those people, you need to stop doing that. And the way you do that is you just, let's see, you reach down and you unplug the clock radio. lighting problem solved, EMF problem solved, all that kind of stuff. I also will plug in my phone charger because I use my phone as an alarm clock. You should do that too. It needs to be in airplane mode. But if you use your phone as an alarm clock, you can use an alarm that wakes you up progressively, and you'll wake up to the same sound you're used to waking up to. Do you want to wake up to a confusing sound that gets you out of a dream, going some sort of weird buzzing or some sort of country western music station that was programmed by the last guy in the hotel room? I don't think so. I don't want to do that. So I wake up to the same sound every morning. Is it a huge difference? Am I going to die? Like, will I twitch all day if I don't? No. But it's death by 1,000 cuts, right? None of these things is particularly important in and of itself. But when you stack all these up, it's kind of like getting interest on something you have in your savings account, right? It compounds over time. So if you do these little things, you come in, you just build a habit. This is, all right, I'm going to make this hotel room an environment that makes me stronger. When you do that, you win. So when you do this, you've now taken a room that was designed to make you hungry, make you thirsty, sell you more stuff, and really wasn't designed to help you sleep well or help you recover, and you've made it better. And that's what being bulletproof is all about.